way to go check a couple of cameras that we put out. It's going on, it'll be third week. Just interested in seeing if there's any wildlife or anything up here. If they ain't, we're going to be pulling those cameras, or at least see a deer or two. I'd love to catch a mountain lion. You know, they always, forestry agency always says there ain't no mountain lions in this area, but I'm not sure about right here in the Appalachians where I'm at right now. But a friend of mine over toward Treadway, over toward, I think that's what they call Lost Mountain, I'm not sure. But anyway, he had a bunch of dogs, and when I say a bunch, I think he had 8 beagles. Chased a mountain lion, they never came back. So he actually had seen the mountain lion. So I'm hoping, you know, it is such a, it's like winning the lottery, picking up something that's not supposed to be here, or not supposed to be in this area. And I'm not sure, they may have already acknowledged that there are some lions in the Appalachians. But don't know. I've seen a lot of video cams, or, you know, just where they've taken pictures and stuff, showing a big cat. That don't mean they're actually here. Anyway, stay tuned. I'm going to reveal everything that we caught on the trail cameras. I'll share whatever's on there, even if it's being just set off and we don't see what's causing it to be set off. But I actually got 2 cameras that are basically facing each other that way. If something comes up, it tears the camera off, carries it off. The other camera should catch what caused that. Anyway, stay with us as we move on up the mountain and retrieve the cameras and see what's on them. I'll keep you advised. So went and picked up the cameras, and I really wish I had my hands full, or I should have really videotaped what I found. But anyway, I'll just describe it. When I got there, I couldn't find one of my cameras, and so I thought maybe somebody's come down in here and stole it, because that's happened to me before, or a bear. Because I'm gonna tell you something, I don't care what you do, they can smell exactly where you put a camera at. They can smell the batteries, and they're kind of attracted to the batteries, and so they will mess a camera up. So I found my other camera, which it was still fine and still recording, so I went ahead and left it. But I took my laptop with me, and I pulled the video and the photographs off of it. And I don't remember what day it was. I think it was actually the day we put the cameras out, which would have been the 29th. So later that night, a big, huge bear comes through. I believe it's a big old boar. A big old boar come through, and it comes up, and it looks up toward the tree where I had the other camera. And at this time, I still didn't know what had happened to the camera. And honestly, I forgot which tree I put it on, but I did know that I had both of them pointing in the same direction, pointing toward each other. So if something happened, all it shows is a bear going up and sniffing the tree. It actually gets up on, it raises up, I believe, and sniffs right exactly where the camera was at. It sniffs at the base of the tree. So I pull all those images off and I stick them on my computer and put the card back in. I didn't even take the camera down or anything. I left it up, which it's a little aggravating trying to get your card back in there. So be careful. You drop your card in the woods, you ain't gonna find that thing. So I actually did get it put back in there, and I walk up to where the camera was facing, thinking, well, the camera's got to be up there somewhere, and it was laying at the base of the tree. The strap had been broke off and pulled out of the camera. How it did that, I don't know, because the way these, let me stop and I'll show you. See this camera, see this strap? You can't pull this strap through here. It has to be, you have to pull it in this way, and then you can adjust your strap that way. Okay, so that's wasn't what the problem was. I'm going to stop here so you don't have to hear any engine noise. So here's the camera. The strap was pulled off of it, and how that happened, I don't know. It's got a lot of surface scratches there on the front, and I can't get this camera to come on. I pulled the images off of it. All it shows is like claws or the teeth of a bear, I guess, coming in from behind the tree. The other camera did not pick that up. Did not pick up the bear tearing that camera off the tree. How the camera got off, I'm sure had to be the bear. All right, so when the other camera was actually picking up, the bear was actually walking past the camera and up toward where the tree was at, where this camera was supposed to be. And one thing I noticed was a light on the ground. So this camera had to be laying like this, and the infrared light was shining up, and you could see it through the other camera, that it looked like a flashlight was laying on the ground. Now, you couldn't see it from that camera, but it was down, you know, there's several bushes and stuff in its way. Now this camera won't come on, and it only had like 6 or 8 images on it. Most of them was me actually placing the camera. And when me and the dog walked away from the camera, and I think basically that's all it recorded. Oh, it recorded the bear. You could see a big, huge claw coming up. So you can see that it's being taken off. Now, here's what really gets me is I will try to look and see what the exact times are, because the times are really close. I think it was like 10:43 on this and 10:47 on the other camera. Well, if it was 10:43, why did that camera not pick up the bear tearing at that tree or tearing my camera off? Didn't do that. But it showed the bear like he turned around and came back up in order to mess with this camera, and my other camera picked that up. Didn't pick up the original time that the bear was tearing at this camera. So that I don't really understand. That didn't really make much sense. And this didn't look like a mama bear at all. I didn't see any cubs or anything like that. The only time other than that I got any video, and I will share that too, is a squirrel run up through there, and I think a little ground squirrel. And I'll show that also. But anyway, it doesn't make sense why that other camera didn't pick up this camera being taken off the tree. The bear looks down and he's smelling in the area, I guess, where that camera was laying. I didn't know where I didn't see the camera when I first got there. So when I was watching the video while I was standing there at the tree, I noticed he was bent down and then he stood up, I think, and he smelled up on the tree and then raised up to, you know, he could smell, I guess, where I touched that tree. And I can understand that because it was on the 29th, which when we placed the cameras, I think was around 3 o'clock. And it was 10:43, I believe, that night that all this took place. Anyway, I left the other camera up because it's still operating fine. This one will not come on, so I'm not sure if it's damaged. I noticed it when I went to open this camera up, there was just a little bit of moisture, and I'll show you where that was at. There was just a little bit of moisture right in here. And I'm not sure, you know, if water's got into this or whatever. It shouldn't be. The gasket is still there, and it looks like it's making contact all the way around the gasket. But anyway, I mean, these electronics may be shot. I'm not sure. But I'm going to go ahead and put all the videos on there, and I'll discuss them a little bit while we're working there. But you'll see which tree this actual camera was on, because the bear actually stands up at the tree. Anyway, I will make a closing video or a closing clip for this, and I appreciate you all making it this far. Please leave a comment. Let me know if you've had this to happen to you. I always try to have two cameras facing toward each other, because I've had something to happen to a camera, and I don't know what it is. It's brown though. It's not like a black bear. This thing is really, really brown, and I don't know if it's like a palm or what. It's the weirdest thing. If I can find that video, I will share that video along with this one. Anyway, thanks for making it this far. I want to thank everybody for watching this video. If you find the content worth watching, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Give it a thumbs up. That also helps. I'm really humbled that someone would take the time to watch one of my videos. I mean, I'm really not someone who's has a big channel or anything, or a lot of people follow. Just trying to share some things that happens to me, and things that me and my dog Rowdy back there, that he does, and I just hope that you guys like it. Anyway, like and share. There's the boy. You that boy? Yeah, that's my boy right there. And if I didn't have him, I probably wouldn't even get out of the house. So I thank the Lord for my dog, and I thank God for you guys. Please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. I will respond to every comment. I don't care how big my channel gets, even if it goes anywhere. Please subscribe, and the video that's going to show up here on the screen will be a video that YouTube has picked, thinking this is what the best video for you. I appreciate it, and thank you very much. God bless.